Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And off we go from New Era Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offense.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us, looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball is going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Trent Murphy in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And the pressure gets to him again. Lorenzo Alexander in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long.
368.
Dalton on third and goal. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. And Dalton to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Bills are going to get the football back. And now out come the Bills. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
To the air, Allen, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's caught. Jones. Oh, and now some space to operate. All the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Bills have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Throwing, Dalton under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Jerry Hughes in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
368. We're good. There you go. 368.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
368. 368.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
Nice. 368. 59.
Dalton here from the gun to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Go on the ball.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
No, Jack, Patriot. Now let's go. 3-19.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On second down, it's McCoy. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now they run with a backup. It's Chris Ivory. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. This give is to McCoy. Oh, what a move. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. LaShawn McCoy scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Bills will extend their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try it.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. He'll rifle this. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey! 368!
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he survived him back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. Going deep downfield for Rowe. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. In for the score. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What, 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Detroit! Detroit!
Allen now on first down. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. First down, and they're going to throw without it. Flush to his right. That is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Patriot! Patriot!
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. On 1st down, Allen. Throw left side complete. That's McCoy. But he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Back down to that Philly. Here we go.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. LaShawn McCoy in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
There you go. We're good. We're good. Heavy.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Joe Mixon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means
under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Trent Murphy in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
Over here. You're good. There you go.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Malone. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Dalton going deep, and this will be caught at the 30. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Bengals. 47 yards.
Over here. You're good.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. To Mixon on the check down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there from 13 yards out. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Patriot! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's McCoy. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Allen. That's Foster hauling it in over the middle. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster, 71 yards. And the Bills will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Andy Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Lorenzo Alexander in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Heavy. 368!
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Heavy. 368!
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
A give to McCoy. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time.
Detroit!
This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's McKenzie. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. McCoy. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Set. 319. 319.
3rd down. Here's Ivory. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
All right, here we go.
Now McCoy. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll give it to him up the middle. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Ivory. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. Here we go with Ivory. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Chris Ivory taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Bengals getting set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep. He's got a man, complete. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
368.
Dalton, 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all